First female fighter pilots was Osli Abadeh Hassan of the Somali Air Force, who soloed her first flight.
Let's give a shout out to the Gabbars, man, the females, they're working hard, because this right here, this is history, this is legacy, setting the standards. The first African female pilot from Somalia, mashallah, sister. Yes, my peoples, it is I, the one and only Woabah. We are back again with another video for you lots, man. It's been a while, I know. Ramadan is over, so I want to first of all say Eid Mubarak to my fellow brothers and sisters. And even if you're not celebrating Eid, I hope you're having a good day, good month. The one and only is back, man. Wah nigga Woabah, maha kala rabta. I'm back, baby. Come on, man. Guess who's back? Not Slim Shady, it's the one and only. I've been recommending this. Shout out to the person on the screen right now. Big up to them, man. This is again a sort of documentary style that I've been doing lately. But don't worry, guys, you're going to see some music reactions. This week, man, I'm going to be back. I'm loading. You get me? Not Central C. I'm loading up, people. Charging up. Like you see in them Super Smash Bros. When you charge up the power up and that. But yeah, this is Somalia, rich heritage and a bright future Somali enterprise. So big up. I think this one here is a little educational video. I'm going to be learning about the history of Somalia. Now, the reason why this resonates with me is I lived in Somali community area. Some of my good friends are Somalis. I'm invested in the culture. I appreciate the culture. And it's similar to my own culture as well. Big them up, man. Come on, man. The Horn of Africa, I know about all of that, man. Don't know too much about the history of it, heritage and all of that. But you know what? The one and only on this channel, we learn everything and anything. That's why it's not just Somalia that I've learned. I learned about Sweden, I've learned about Russia, I learned about Germany and all the other stuff, you know, what goes on and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this video. I don't want to talk too much, sahib, you get me? Fi antahi Iwaran, Baris Basta, or everything in my system. Make sure you drink your beer, because you don't have to fast anymore. Ramadan's over, people. So yeah, man, let's just get straight into this. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Big up the flag. The White Star.
Somalia is a country located on the east coast of Africa, forming the shape of a horn. The
Come on.
country was known as the land of gods to the ancient Egyptians, the land of the tallest men to the ancient Persians,
Wow.
the land of cinnamon to the ancient Greeks, the land of aromatics to the ancient Romans, and the land of the unicorn to the ancient Chinese.
Whew, my man's just cooking. The land of the tall, the land of the aromatics, the land of this. Hey, everything's like having like a jigsaw puzzle.
Frankincense, one of the gifts of the biblical three wise kings, came from ancient Somalia.
Really?
To this day, the Roman Catholic Church still sources all of its incense exclusively from Somalia.
Incense, and they call it unsi. You get me? I know about unsi. I do it as well in my house, man. My Hoya does it as well. Come on.
Which remains the world's largest producer. Ancient Somalis
Mashallah.
were the first to domesticate camels in 2500 BC
Wow.
and spread it to ancient Egypt and the Middle East. Somalia today still has more camels than any country on earth.
Really? Damn. I'm learning a lot in this
valleys of
video.
Somalia, 5,000-year-old rock paintings depict one of the oldest horse riding cultures in the world. Horses were also an important unit in the cavalries of medieval Somali kingdoms.
Wow.
The horsemen in the Kingdom of Adal, for example, wore protective armor for themselves and their horses.
Jeez.
While the most famous horse in Somali history belonged to the Dervish king. The
Dervish.
oldest surviving sewn ship in the world is the Somali Bedouin ship. It was historically used to ship important quantities of spices across the ancient world.
Wow.
Strabo credits the cinnamon people of ancient Somalia to be the first with the knowledge of the monsoons.
Wow.
The Somali people are one of the oldest Muslim nations in history. A 1,400-year-old mosque in the city of Zayla dates
Mashallah.
back to the very foundation of Islam, when the
Mashallah.
early Muslims received refuge from the Aksumite Empire in the Horn of Africa. The medieval Silk Road gold trade between Africa and Asia was founded by Somali merchants from Mogadishu, who
Jeez.
established
Big up my Hammaris, man. Hammer Billah, Hammer Jijib. Come on, man. If you're Hammer, you get me?
a colony in modern Mozambique and extracted gold from the mines of the Mono-Motapa Kingdom of southern Africa. Madagascar was named after Mogadishu.
Jeez.
Marco Polo, during his stay in Imperial China, confused the wealthy Sultanate of Mogadishu with the large island in the Indian Ocean. During that same period, the infamous Mongol Emperor Kublai Khan sent a delegation to Mogadishu to establish Mongol trade with medieval...
This narrator, man, he's disrespecting. It's not Mogadishu. Yeah, it's Mogadishu, not Mogadishu. Like, what's this, bro? Do you need a tissue, bro? It's not Mogadishu, bro. You need a tissue. Because your thing is coming a bit runny, yeah? It's coming Uri as well, man. Ganta Uri, you get me?
Africa. Suspected of being spies scouting out the continent, the Mongols were imprisoned. Kublai Khan then sent another delegation, and they, too, were imprisoned. This swift action by the Somali sultans most likely saved Africa from any further Mongol interest.
Jeez.
The Somali Empire of Adal introduced cannon warfare to the African continent in its war against Abyssinia and the Portuguese Empire.
Abyssinia, yeah.
Adal was also the first African power to defeat a European power on African soil since the Battle of Cannae between the Carthaginians and the Romans 1800 years earlier.
Wow.
During the war, Cristavo da Gama, son of Vasco da Gama, was defeated and killed by the king of Adal.
MashaAllah,
The Sultanate of Mogadishu minted its own coins,
jeez, I'm seeing Baghdad there, man. I'm seeing Iraq. Big up Iraq.
which have been found as far away as modern Iraq, Turkey, and Dubai.
Wow, what's
In
that?
the 15
Let me reload that one again. Hold up.
found as far The Sultanate of Mogadishu minted its own coins, which have been found as far away as modern Iraq, Turkey, and Dubai.
Modern Iraq. It's Iraq, you stupid guy, man. These Americans, man. They're dabbals, man. Bahals, man.
In
Forgive
the
my
1580s,
language.
A Somali fleet from the Ajuran Empire joined a Turkish fleet from the Ottoman Empire and began attacking Portuguese strongholds across southeastern Africa
Okay.
to free the Swahili world from Portuguese domination.
Yeah.
In the year 1660, the Portuguese surrendered to a joint Somali-Omani force at Mombasa
Jeez,
in modern Kenya.
Oh, Somali Omani.
The only hydraulic empire in medieval Africa was the Somali Ajuran Empire. With a network of limestone wells, cisterns, and dikes, it successfully utilized two large East African rivers to project power.
Wow.
In the 13th century, a Somali explorer named Said of Mogadishu
Big up,
traveled
Said.
to Arabia, India, and China.
Yeah.
In the 14th century, a Somali explorer Abdul Aziz of
Abdul Aziz! Big up Abdul Aziz! Come on, Abdul Aziz of Mogadishu. We like that one.
became ruler of the Maldives. In the 15th century, a Somali saint founded a town across the Red Sea in modern Yemen,
Yemen.
which grew into a
Big up
formidable
Yemen.
seaport.
My
The first
peoples.
Muslim settlement in Sri Lanka was established
Allah, Sri Lanka.
by a Somali saint.
Allah, some man chilling with the Tamils and the Sinhalese. Hold on.
The first Muslim settlement in Sri Lanka was established by a Somali saint.
Wow. The first Muslim settlement in Sri Lanka was set up by a Somali guy. Aye.
It was established
They went all the way to the Timajilak, all the way into the Asia area, bro. That is, the Somalia is here, the East Africa, the bottom, and then they go all the way up to the Indian Ocean, across the Indian Ocean to Sri Lanka. Can't lie, that is Sri Lanka. That's a long thing, bruv.
by a Somali saint. Somali merchants introduced coffee to the world.
Coffee, come
Grown
on.
in modern Ethiopia,
Jeez.
Somali merchants exported the now famous stimulant from the Somali port of Berbera to Yemen.
Berbera. Berbera, yeah. Brr. It's not baraf out here, FT.
And the rest of the world in the 15th century. Somali merchants introduced exotic animals to imperial China. The Somali word for giraffe is still used in China, Korea, and Japan.
Wow.
Two major medieval scholar families from Somalia are credited with important literary works in Islam and produced viziers, scientists, and scholars, serving the Mamluk sultans of Egypt, Damascus, and the Ottoman Empire.
Wow.
In the 18th century, Abdurrahman al-Jabardi recorded the Napoleonic invasion of Egypt.
Wow.
In southern Morocco, Somali merchants established one of the largest and most popular mosques.
Wow.
It's still known as the Somali Mosque.
Wow.
The oldest
Subhanallah.
African community in the United Kingdom
Oh.
was established
This is Leicester Square, bruv. Hippodrome Casino. I've been around this here. Aye.
as the Somali Mosque.
Sorry, let's see this
The
again.
oldest African community in the United Kingdom was established by Somali sailors.
Yep, and you see, this is what I said. There's a large Somali community in London. So big up to my Somalis out here in London, man. When I was growing up, I was hearing it all the time, man. What yeah, Carly? I think they're the biggest African community as well. I think. But correct me on that, people.
In the 19th century, Somali Sultan Ali Yusuf Kennedy raised an army from Arabia and carved out a kingdom in northeast Somalia.
MashaAllah.
The only Muslim power in Africa during World War I was the Dervish state of Somalia.
MashaAllah.
The Dervishes fought the longest anti-colonial war in African history and built fortresses across East Africa.
Wow.
Hasna, a Somali female commander, led one of the 7 divisions of the Dervish army.
Wow.
The Somali Republic is the only African country whose borders were created by Africans.
What? Really? So you're saying every other country in Africa, the borders was created by non-Africans? I guess colonialism is a sad thing, man. I can't lie.
1960, the northern and southern parts of modern Somalia formed a historic union to establish a new country.
Yeah. But he's not talking about British Somaliland, Italian Somaliland. Like, you get it? Because they were split up. I don't know if they're talking about that, but they're saying the north and south were united. You get me? But I know towards the 80s, late 80s, you know, Siad Barre and that, certain things were moving in different directions that weren't directing properly. You understand, Sahib? ما فهمت لكن واكو فهمي.
Women in Somalia voted in elections before women in Switzerland.
What? Women in Somalia were allowed to vote before women in Switzerland? Huh?
Women in Somalia voted in elections before women in Switzerland.
MashaAllah, wow.
The first head of state to peacefully relinquish power in Africa was the Somali president Aden Abdulli Osman.
Aden Abdulli Osman, I've seen this one before, man. I heard about this one.
In 1962, future Somali President Ali Sharmarke went on a state visit to the United States and was welcomed by President John F. Kennedy.
MashaAllah, before he was assassinated.
Both presidents were assassinated in the 60s, despite their popularity with the masses.
That's crazy.
2 of Africa's and the Middle East's largest film festivals were the Mogadishu Film Festival and the Mogadishu Pan-African Film Symposium. The most expensive African film ever made is the 1982 4-hour-long epic, The Somali Dervish.
Wow. Wow, I'm learning a lot, man. I'm taking it all in. Pause, but jeez, man.
Somalia's funky musical scene in the 1970s was popularly known as Moga Disco. One of Africa's first female fighter pilots was Osli Abade Hassan of the Somali Air Force, who soloed her first flight.
Let's give a shout out to the Gabbars, man. The females, they're working hard, because this right here, this is history, this is legacy, setting the standards. The first African female pilot from Somalia, mashallah, sister.
Who soloed her first flight in 1976. In 1981, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the NBA's all-time leader in points, coached the Somali basketball team.
Jeez.
During the African Championship in Mogadishu, the Somali team went from nobodies to continental heavyweights, jumping to Africa's top 3.
Wow.
Somalia was the first African country to sign a friendship treaty with the Soviet Union. 5,000 Somali soldiers and students at one point trained and studied in the Eastern Bloc.
Wow.
Soviet cosmonauts trained in Somalia to prepare for their missions in space.
Jeez. Wow.
The airport of Berbera, with the longest runway in Africa, was also one of NASA's designated emergency landing points on Earth for the iconic space shuttle.
MashaAllah.
The Ogaden War was the longest conventional war fought in Africa since World War II, with the heaviest mechanized and aerial battles. It resulted in the largest Soviet intervention and airlift since the march towards Berlin in 1945.
Wow.
Just to push back the Somali soldiers who had overrun the Ethiopian Empire.
Okay.
The Somali pharmaceutical industry at one point mass-produced 48 essential drugs and was one of Africa's largest hubs for pharmaceuticals. Mogadishu was known as the White Pearl of the Indian Ocean and a major tourist magnet.
Jeez.
Somalia in 1974 launched Africa's largest literacy campaign and won a UNESCO medal after the country's literacy rate jumped from 5% to 75%.
Woo!
Somalia built Burundi's air force. protected the borders of Tanzania and Uganda,
MashaAllah.
flew jets for Zambia,
Wow.
defended Mozambique from the Portuguese,
Damn.
trained South Africans fighting apartheid,
Damn.
supplied Eritrea's War of Independence,
Eritrea, Kamila Hay, Sumbuk.
sent troops to Angola,
Big up Eritrea.
sent medics to Equatorial New Guinea,
Wow.
supported Egypt with
Wow.
naval logistics,
Yeah.
supported Djibouti's independence movement,
Oof. Wow.
supported Zimbabwe and Namibia.
It just keeps going.
Against
It
the
keeps
apartheid
going.
forces.
Damn.
The country has a rich heritage filled
Yeah.
with ancient and medieval cities,
Yeah.
castles, towers, and fortresses. Somalia has produced more supermodels than any other country from the African continent. The president of the
Yeah, I can't lie. MashaAllah, man. They're very good genetics. I'll be real. Good skin.
International Court of Justice comes from Somalia, as does Olympic champion Mo Farah,
Muhammad Farah.
award-winning rapper and poet
Kanan. Yep.
Nobel-nominated author Nuruddin Farah,
What?
U.S. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and
MashaAllah.
many more.
Many more. Come on, now you got
The
Sharma boy.
Somali bandy team are the undisputed champions of Africa, as
Jeez.
Somalia is the only country in Africa with a bandy team.
Bandy, what's that? What's
The
bandy?
ancient Shah board game originates in Somalia and is played from Egypt to Tanzania.
Jeez.
The most popular hat worn by Muslim men across East Africa originates and is exclusively produced in the Somali city of Brava,
What is it? Brawa. Barawi, you mean? You schmuck.
and is exclusively produced in the Somali city of Brava.
Brava. What? Hey, and someone told me this guy he's sniffing too much Adan, man. He's a bit tapped.
Though Somalia is one of the most homogenous countries in the world, the country has several important minority populations, such as the Bajunis, the Brabanese, the Benadiri, the Somali Bantu, and the Arabs. The Somali people are genetically and linguistically closely related to the Afars, the Hararais, the Oromos, the Bejas, the Amharas, the Saho, and other major groups in the Horn of Africa.
MashaAllah. They all look beautiful as well. I'll be real, man. No homo. The man them look good. The women look good. Aye, very rich in heritage. You could see like this. Aye, me personally, I've always said East Africans are the longest, man. I can't lie, man. No hate to the West people, but they are. As you can see, man. Look at this beauty, man. MashaAllah, man. Qurahli.
Somalis are the only African ethnic group to have a sea named after them. Off the coast of
They're the
Sicily
Somali Sea.
lies the Somali Sea.
Yep.
Despite emerging from a civil war, Somalia still has the most deep-water ports on the African continent.
Wow, yeah.
With the longest coastline in mainland Africa,
Africa, yeah.
Somalia is one of 5 African countries selected by Rakanshur to become a blue economy giant.
Wow.
Somalia has 52 million heads of livestock,
Whew.
27 million sheep and goats, 15
Subhanallah.
million camels,
Ah.
5 million cows,
Hayya.
and one of the richest fishing grounds in the world.
Hey,
Somalia's dairy industry is worth $3.3 billion.
I know it's worth 3.3 billion. Wow,
According to the Spectator Index, Somalia is also ranked first in global camel milk production. A
Camel milk. I ain't never had camel milk, you know. Is that good, people? Let me know in the comments.
Financial Times article has stated that the best real estate investment in the world today is beachfront huts in Somalia. Somalia is considered a future energy superpower with an estimated 110 billion barrels of oil, 1/3 of the world's uranium reserves,
Wow.
the strongest wind power potential in the world, and 3,000 hours of sunlight annually.
Wow.
Somalia is a continental leader in mobile money, with a market worth $32 billion a year,
Wow.
which is larger than the economies of Albania and Jamaica.
Jeez.
Somalia has the
crazy.
cheapest internet cost per gigabyte in Africa, and more than 70% of adults use a mobile phone. The Somali shilling has been the best performing currency in the world between 2010 and 2020.
Really?
Somali Airlines was the first airline flown entirely by African pilots.
Wow.
Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia, is the fastest growing city in Africa and
Jeez.
is enjoying a major reconstruction boom. Somalia's Milky Sea is the largest bioluminescent area in the world.
Yeah, wow.
With a total of 649 species, Somalia is a hidden bird watcher's paradise. Somalia has national parks, it has beaches, it has rivers, it has deserts, it has jungles, it has valleys, and it has stunning mountains. In 2020, because of its impressive economic reforms, Somalia has achieved debt relief and can finally focus on transforming the country and harnessing its vast potential. This is Somalia.
Wow. Wow. This video, Somali Enterprise, first of all, I want to just say, that was a great video. That video right there, I swear that felt like an advertisement for me to go Somalia now. That video has just sold me now. Beaches, valleys, jungles, anything and everything you name it. Just like how I react to anything and everything. They got everything and anything. And it's sad because obviously I know about a bit of the history in the last 40 years. You know, you guys had the Ogaden War, which is, I know, so the Somalia, Ethiopia. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're all brothers out here. We need to make the countries rich, because countries like this, like Somalia, like all the other countries that have been in war, unfortunately, you know, a lot of the countries in Africa been through this. A lot of countries in the Middle East as well, like Iraq, for example, they all been through it, man. You know, Yemen, all been through it, man. It's all rich countries that the West, they're trying to destroy these countries. They don't want to see them prosper, because if these countries prosper, how are the West ever gonna succeed if these countries in the East, they're gonna rise up? Do you get me, people? So this one here, this is really, I can't lie, it's a powerful video. It makes me sad and happy in a way. Sad because, you know, the past, you see how beautiful it was. I think now, I don't know what the situation is like. I think it's calmed down. I think it's fine, man. I think if I go Somalia, I think I'll be okay. I can speak the language a little bit. I need to improve on my replies, but you know, there's always, you know, learning people. We learn in life. So yeah, man, I'm gonna keep it real. That one there, I have to like that one still. I have to, that one there was a powerful one. So big up, man. I grew up with a lot of Somalis. You get me? They treat me like, you know, the thing is with Somali people, they're very blessed people. If they like you, they will die for you. They'll show you their loyalty. But if they don't like you, they'll make it clear, and they'll jump on you, bro. They'll kill you. And you know, ever heard in school, oh, I got fired with a Somali kid. Next thing you know, the whole clan, the Qabil is coming out, man. It don't matter. Hawiya, Abgal, Isak, Rahanwin. It don't matter, blood. Yeah, it don't matter what Qabil you are. They're coming for you, blood. But all this Qabil as well, it's all complicated as well. You know, I know about the Ogaden. That's in, that's like the Somalis in like Ethiopia, I swear. There, because, you know, there's a whole thing. But that's another video to talk about. Let's just focus on this one. A lot of rich heritage and a big history in Somalia. I mean, we heard about the ancient Somalia. They done a madness, and they have a bright future. Yeah, man. They have the longest coastline of Africa. That's, you know, the ports, for example, imports, everything. Somali Sea is the only sea to be named after a country, I'm pretty sure, in the whole UK. You know, we have the English Channel, but this isn't, you know, BBC News to be called the English Channel. So yeah, man, and they put so much effort to helping, you know, the fellow African countries as well. I think it's just a bad stereotype people have with Somalis, man. So hopefully this video can prove to people that, you know, there's a rich heritage behind it. And this is a perfect video, guys. So big up to Somali Enterprise. A good documentary about the Eastern African country of Somalia, man. Big up to everyone. Don't matter where you're from. I appreciate the person that told me to check this out, man. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to be making some bangers very, very soon, man. We're back. We can finally check out music, yeah? Yeah, I took a little break, but alhamdulillah, man, I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. Yeah, man. All I ever hear about is the BBC talking trash about this country. Never believe the media, people, yeah? The media is controlled. Understand that. Everyone knows this by now. The poor people in Palestine, man, God help their souls, man, honestly. May Allah make it easy for them, man, honestly. They don't deserve this, man. So Eid Mubarak and free Palestine every time, man, okay? Big up to my Somali people. Waku ja'lahi. Wa nigga Woabah. Inshallah, we all prosper in life. That is all I want for the people around me to be happy. And of course, health is wealth. So please look after your health. Make sure you drink a lot of water. So yeah, man. It has been I, the one and only Woabah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what else I should react to next. Open to anything and everything. It's been a while since I last recorded, you know. It feels weird, like, because I've been used to streaming. I've kind of just tried to get back into the flow of making videos, man. Make sure you check out my socials. They've been on the screen. Stay up to date. Instagram, TikTok. Follow my Discord as well. Join me. It's in the link below. You could come talk to me on Discord. It's a online server, free. You don't need to do anything. Just need to have a Discord account. On that note, I live stream as well. I've been live streaming like every other day. So that's on kick.com/Woabah. Come check me out on there. Follow me on there. I can react to music on there if you guys want, football, whatever you guys want, documentary live, everything live. And of course, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Guys, we're so close to 10,000. Like, well, I say so close, but we are close. I'm trying to hit 10,000 before the end of April. Please, please, please tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this if you enjoyed this. Share it with your peoples, man. Honestly, it means a lot to me. I appreciate it a lot. Mahad Sinid. I appreciate the people of Somalia, man. The much love, man. The rich culture, food, baris, basto, spes, hilib. You get me? Odd cat, anjero, sujuk. Come on, man. If you know, you know, people. You know, innit? So anyway, with that being said, man, I appreciate you all. I love you all, man. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.